to Washington, King County, Snohomish County. And then I don't know if you know me, if you watch any of my previous videos, you know that I grew up in the Christian evangelical subculture, which did a lot of harm to me. And I divested from that religion in my early 20s. And so when I come across religious material, there's something about it that feels, it's like it's like a healing process for me to make art related to it. So, I got this book because it has children's prayers in it, and I was given a lot of this stuff as a kid. So there's something very cathartic and healing and corrective about making art out of these old materials that were shoved down my little childhood throat. But this is super beautiful. I don't know if you can see the embossing on this. It's like gold. These images are really pretty too. And of course I love the vintage quality. There's baby Jesus manger scene. Yeah, it's actually really precious. And I love Christmas. Still my favorite holiday. These kids look like they're ghost demons, but they look very sweet, like they're gonna entice you with how cute and sweet they are, and then they like steal your life away. Why do all these children look so terrifying? So that is a cool win, a child's book of prayers, and it was pretty old. The inscription on there, I think was from the 1942. So this is in 1941. So this is an 80-year-old book in really nice shape. I might eBay that just to make sure that I'm not tearing into something that has some value. Okay, next is, this is very specific to my childhood too. I picked up this book because my brothers and I had a bunch of Richard Scarry, is that his name? Yeah, Richard Scarry's books. And we loved them as kids. And we have a very specific character that we love the most. This guy, this little worm character, he was our favorite. And it's because when my brother was adopted, I have a brother who was adopted from Korea. We use these types of books to help him learn English. He was adopted when he was 5. And there he is. This is a perfect example of it. So when he was 5, he came here and spoke only Korean. And we used these books to help him learn English. And he called this little worm character One Foot. That was his name. He called him One Foot. And we thought that was so cute and funny. Here he is again. Here's One Foot. So when I saw this book, I had to get it because One Foot is in it. One Foot isn't in all of the Richard Scarry books. He's one of the less like popular characters. Like they have a lot of these characters. Whenever I see One Foot, I get very, very excited. So I probably will make something for my brothers. Maybe not, maybe not a journal, but I had to pick up my book with One Foot in it. Isn't that cute? My younger brother and my adopted brother were very close. Best loved fairy tales. I have a ton of children's stuff. I'm realizing as I go through this, I probably do not need any more vintage children's books. Okay, the copyright with the... Okay, thank you. 1974. That I can read. I did not realize how many books used Roman numerals. So this is from 1974. I'm not even really sure I like the illustrations in this. I'm not sure why I picked this up. I mean, I like it, but I'm not... Maybe it was really inexpensive. That's pretty... Oh, is that Beauty and the Beast? Must be. Yep. I do like this, but we'll see. That's not one of my favorites. Maybe it was a day where it was kind of slim pickings and I just wanted to buy something to get my little hit of dopamine. These are obviously engineering paper. Got a bunch of those. I know I can buy the engineering paper new, but I prefer kind of making some rules for myself about how everything I get for my journals has to come secondhand. Doesn't have to be all vintage, but I do like it to be secondhand. I found these stamps. I'm going to, why are they? So I see a lot of people using like postage style stamps in their journals. So I decided to pick these up and see if I enjoy working with them. And then here is another stamp that was just like a linen. It's a stamp that just creates the texture on paper that looks like a sheet of linen. Let me see. And I know I did not pay $5 for this. I would not. I'm not a big stamper, so I know that was, the price tag on here is $4.99, but it must have been on sale. Oh, that looks like it came off that block. Or maybe this is just a block. I don't know much about stamps. Is this like the adhesive? Oh, so I have a block here that I can put this onto. Okay, but you see, that might be kind of cool because that's not a very like graphic. It was like a lot of the stamps out there just feel a little too cartoonish for me. Oh, and as I said, I do like the old Christian vintage stuff to use in my journals. So this, let's see when this was printed. 1955. Oh yeah. I'm gonna enjoy using this and creating some art out of this. I mean, these pictures were just the Sunday school rooms and the classrooms of my childhood. Like these this early mid-century to late mid-century illustrations of Bible stories. Like I can tell you, I don't even have to know, I don't have to look at, I can name all of these stories just by looking at the illustrations. That's from the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus said, "Let the children come unto me." Yeah. So this is all nostalgic to me. I decided I'm going to make things that I enjoy making and be less concerned about. That's the fun of it, right? As if nobody else may like my children's Bible story junk journals, but it'll be a cathartic and fun process for me. And it brings up memories. Some of them are not great. This is from when he went to the Mount Olives to pray. So yeah, another fantastic vintage Bible story book. And then I picked up a bunch of zippers. That is not necessarily for junk journaling. I think I got it, for $2.50 for all of these, which is pretty great. But I do some sewing too. So I got that there. Oh, and then I got this. It's a crocodile corner chomper, which is so great because I have this that I got on Amazon, but it's kind of tricky to use sometimes, and on some of the pages it just sort of bends it. I probably need to sharpen it, but I saw this I think I did pay $6 for it. I think I did pay full price for that, but I really like Crocodile's products, so I'm looking forward to giving that a go. I feel like that was a good find. And then I found this. I got it for $3. This is a 3-in-1 rotating corner squeeze punch, and I think it does some things on the corners as well. Yeah, it creates these. I think those are just the things that you use to like stick like photos into, and those are the corners. So I'll have fun kind of playing with that as well. Some tools. That must have been a good day out in the thrift store. Let's see. 2 more items in this. Oh, 3. More children's books. Cute. Wait, what is this? Whoa. Where are these from? Huh. Info cards about various Native American leaders. So this is copyright Roman numeral. Again, with the Roman numerals. The Happy Hollisters and the end. Oh, okay. Well, shoot. Indian treasure. I might just need to not use this altogether. Or maybe there's something satisfactory. Yeah, look at these. The cultural, like, problematic imaging. Poor representation. Well, you know, I'll have to look at that book and probably just get rid of it. Rudolph. I like that these were in there, though. I wonder if somebody who is Native American put those in there to, like, give appropriate education as a means of, like, accurate representation. Huh. Interesting. Rudolph, a little golden book. I think I might want to do, I like these images, these vintage, like, Christmassy images. Love those. I think they're so cute. Oh, so cute. I've never done something with a little golden book, but I love watching other people make little golden books. So I'm excited to give it a try. What is a simple machine? What a good question. What is it? And this is from 1961. So let's flip through and see some of the images. Oh, yes. Cute. Cute. So these will make really cute little features. I'll probably do some fussy cutting with a lot of this stuff. What is happening? Why is that elephant being tortured? Oh my God. Oh no. That's cute. Well, you know, when we work in this time era, when we work with the when well, you know, our culture has so many problematic racist parts of it in any time frame, so there's not a certain time where it's safe or we're safe from all that. But the fact that it was so blatant during the mid-century and any time before that it's hard to see. It's hard to see. This is Heidi. I loved the story of Heidi as a child. And I read, so this is from 1938. This is old. So this book is pretty much falling apart. The pages are so yellowed and brittle. But I think I would like to use the cover and create a book from this. It's beautiful. And maybe I will make a, I'm planning on getting a cinch at some point so I can do spiral binding. So this would maybe be a good book where I can make a spiral notebook out of the original covers and put some of the pages from inside along with some new paper. Because these pages are pretty brittle. And this book is really falling apart. Okay, I'm going to go through this other box just because I have the time today. So I love this tin, like, box. I'm probably going to use it to store some created ephemera in. And then look at all these tags, you guys. Isn't this cool? I'll zoom in from here. A whole bunch of index cards and little cards with the tabs on the top. I felt like I was in junk journal heaven when I found this. Very, very cool. Very excited about that. I think I opened that, saw that, and threw it into, it was $5, but definitely a vintage antique item. And let's see, the last bits in here, I think are mostly, well, let's see what's in here. Again, like I said, I buy all these things and I put them in a corner of my room. So when I go through them again, it's kind of like seeing them all for the first time again. So I like buying vintage notions because I love these cards and how they look. And they're going to look really cute in a sewing journal. I don't know if I'll just put these in like as is. Found this ribbon, this lace ribbon. And here are some additional antique vintage greeting cards. I love these. And then here is a little vintage pack of sewing needles. Love it. Those will be really cute in a sewing journal. I'm making a mess on my desk, piling all this stuff up. Okay, couple more things. I'm very excited about these pieces of material that I found in a thrift store. Now, if you were not raised in Sunday school, you may not recognize this, but this is a blue felt background for what was called flannelgraph. And flannelgraph was a teaching tool for the Bible stories that were taught. And these were the flannelgraph images. They came on these long pieces of fabric that the Sunday school teacher would cut home. Essentially, they would fussy cut these images. You can see where some of them were already cut. There was an image here that somebody cut out. And when you cut out these images, like this person and this person, you would then be able to stick them onto the flannel. The flannel would be put up on like a display board, and you could tell stories with these images and move them around, and they would stick to the board. So this was another part of my childhood, were these flannelgraph images and the stories that went along with them. And when I saw this at the thrift store, my jaw hit the ground, because I was like immediately transformed back to my childhood and being sitting in the Sunday school chairs and watching my mom, who taught Sunday school sometimes, and all the other Sunday school teachers use flannelgraph, and we loved it. It was like the best day ever when they would get out the flannelgraph. And I wanted to play with them so bad when I was a kid, because it's super fun when you're a kid to like take these images. And why is Sirius Black from Harry Potter on here? And what is that? Some of these images I do not remember some of these stories. We were not allowed to play with these because they would get lost and torn, and actually the flannelgraph materials were pretty expensive, so a lot of churches couldn't really afford to have pieces go missing and buy new materials, so I could not pass these things up. They were fairly inexpensive, $1.99, because who wants to buy these except for me? And I don't know if I'm going to use, I probably will use portions of these in my journals, the religious Christian journals that I'm going to be making, because if you're going to be buying an old Christian journal from me, you're going to be someone who would appreciate, you're going to know what flannelgraph is, and you're going to love that it's in there. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Oh, I think I lost you again. Are we still here? Gosh, this is a long video. But we're almost done, folks. Look at this old set of playing cards in this little leather pouch. Look at these. Look how cute these are. Just regular set of cards, but they're so tiny. I love these. I found this at that senior citizens thrift store, and they were so inexpensive. I remember being surprised. I think that they really price things very cheaply there. I think they don't understand that something like that is, I don't know, rather vintage, or I don't know, but I'm really happy about that. And then this is the end of my haul, y'all. We're almost done. Some fabric. I'm not sure if I'll use this in a journal or not, but I love this check. Love it. And I love it with this polka dot. So I'm really stoked. Ooh, there's some stains on there. That's a bummer. I don't think I saw that. But I love these, the check and the print together. Check and the polka dot together. I do some sewing and make lots of bags and little zippered pouches and things like that. So I'll probably use some of that. And then here is an old vintage set of pillowcases that these were the pillowcases of my childhood. I mean, not these ones exactly, but if you were raised in the 70s and 80s, you had pillowcases like this in your home. And so these will go. I like these sort of vintage sheets to use in journals with this kind of floral muted color print. Okay, so that is everything in my bags. Now I need to find places for all this stuff in my craft room. Well, thank you for coming along with me again. I hope y'all are enjoying these videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.